I'm back today to talk about some updates regarding my Lavish booth. Now, since the last time I made a video, I've used this booth at a bunch of events. I've been traveling to and from gigs with it, and wanted to talk to you guys about some updates that I made to it, as well as how my experience has been so far. Basically, it's worked out great. I mean, this thing has worked just like I had wanted it to. The other thing that I had been spending a lot of time thinking about different options, how to set it up, was the laptop stand. Now, if you remember in my original video, the solution that I had was I had a little bit of space between the booth and the table itself. So I had set my laptop stand to slide between the booth and the tabletop. The problem with this was that it kind of limited me to only setting up my booth on a tabletop like this. So I couldn't really expand the base of the booth by, doing the totems or Odyssey stands like you've seen Peck do in his videos. Now, big shout out to my boy at Las Rocas Entertainment, also DJ Elio at DJ Elio Entertainment. I had been talking to them and kind of brainstorming ideas for how I could integrate my own laptop stand. I went back, looked at some of Peck's videos, and I came up with a solution that I was really happy with, and I could also transport and set up really easily at the gig itself. So I wanted to show that to you all today. Let me take you under the hood. Now, this is a view of my booth from the back. You can see what I did here. Basically drilled a hole. This is a 1 3/8 inch hole on the top of my booth. And my laptop stand, which is the pile laptop stand, comes out of it. So here's how it works. Basically what I did is I cleared out some space in this area of my booth. Just took the laptop stand that I already had. It's a pile laptop stand with these nice flat legs. The nice thing about it is that it's foldable as well. I took advantage of that feature to fit it into my booth without having to set it up and deconstruct it every time I get to a gig. So as you can see, it has this sort of pipe design. You push up on this and you can fold this part of the stand up. Now this jiggles a little bit, so you have to account for that when drilling your hole. Also, what I realized is a really important aspect to using this stand or any other solution that you come up with. You have to make sure that it's always in the same spot because, once you make your hole in your top board, there's no real going back from that. I used tape so that I could remove it and rearrange things if I ever needed to. So all I basically did was just really tape down this stand so that this pole is always in the same spot when it pops up. And that's been working out so far for me. And if you can imagine, at the end of a gig when it's time to pack up, all I have to do is unscrew the top piece and set this down, and the booth is ready for transport again. Now, once you have this part of the pipe in the proper position, you lay the top of the table down on top of it. I'll need 2 hands for this. So the key to this part was making sure that I made this hole in the proper location. It took a lot of measuring and making sure that I had it all aligned. I was able to drill the hole in the right direction. And just like that, it all lines up and this part of the stand is sticking up. Now that pile laptop stand actually comes apart in 2 pieces, and you can unscrew it with this piece right here. This thing's like the #1 DJ stand on Amazon, so you can find it there if you're interested in recreating this. I also got these grommets and a hole saw that you attach to a drill to make this hole here. And now with that part sticking up, just put it down in place and tighten it, and you're ready to rock. And I wanted to show you all how it would work at a gig. Imagine I just set down my booth. This is the moving blanket that I usually use. So just pop off the top, prop up my stand with this pipe base. Now that the tube is up, just align it. Grab the second piece of my laptop stand. Screw that in. And we're good to go. Now that was the main update, but I wanted to show you a few ways that I've reinforced my booth in order to get it to last as long as possible. The biggest drawback that I wanted to talk about was the transportation. The way I've been transporting this booth is just wrapping it in a moving blanket, just a basic moving blanket to help protect some of the edges. And that's worked out for me so far. Because this thing's not really designed to take a lot of weight on top of it like a flight case would, I'm finding that I just have to basically set it on top of everything that else I'm transporting. So for example, right now the way I have it in my car is that I have the speakers under it, and then I set this booth with the moving blanket on top of it, just so that there's nothing else that's sort of on top and applying pressure to the booth itself. If you guys have seen Peck's video, he uses those Gator TV cases which come in different sizes, and that seems to be working out really well for him. So I might try that out, but for now, the moving blanket has been working out for me. You just have to set the booth on top of everything else that you have packed for your gig. Now, some of the small things that I did to reinforce my booth, I got all of these solutions from Home Depot, but I put these little L-shaped brackets. You can see I put 4 of them on this side. I also have 4 of them here on this side. You can kind of see them here. And that's basically to reinforce this sidewall. Because what I realized is that if this sidewall goes out, it's going to be really difficult to repair. And during transport, you are kind of putting some of that left to right stress on this sidewall. So I put these enforcers here to give it some extra support. I also realized that these holes here are a really weak point on the booth itself. And there can be some stress from when these little screws insert. Also, same thing, it's a side-to-side sort of force there. So what it is, I got these at Home Depot too. They're basically little slabs of metal with 2 screws on each side. And basically what I did to just reinforce this wood here so that these holes don't accidentally pop through while I'm transporting the booth. You can see I did it on all 4 of these here. I got a little crack here. That's what's kind of made me start to worry about these kind of issues. So I really wanted to reinforce these sidewalls here. Now, just to wrap up the video, I've been really happy with using this Lavish booth. I mean, just again, what a brilliant idea by Lavish Life DJ Peck. I just really love how this thing can be customized, how it can be changed around, and adding this laptop stand is just an example of that for me. Thank you so much for this idea. Shout out to all my boys, Las Rocas Entertainment, DJ Elio, and of course DJ Peck, for giving me the idea for this laptop stand. I was just really excited to finally get a solution for this thing, and I wanted to share it with all of you. Hopefully this helps you all out for building your own Lavish booth, and please, let me know if you've created your own. I'd love to see what you all have come up with as well. Thanks so much for watching, and see you guys next time.